Shalom. I want to first give all credit to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI and a double honors and much respect to the elders and men of Greatmillstone, though I be not a part of any camp. I study and learn under the teachings of Greatmillstone. So again, I pay my respects, to the men of Greatmillstone. All right. The first precept, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it, beginning with 2Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Now, I'm pretty much just going off the spirit here. I spent most of my day watching videos and just meditating, right? The water to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All this information that's coming out. I often hear the elders, certain brothers talking about, how this is pretty much all by design. Esau pretty much staged everything and putting things into motion. And personally, I just didn't, I didn't really, it wasn't as clear to me, as do other brothers, can see the bigger picture, but for me personally, the whole picture just wasn't as clear. So again, like I said, I spent most of my day just doing, just watching brothers' videos and meditating, and it started to make sense. It's like, all the pieces to the puzzle are coming together, right? And that's why I started off with this precept, because, I'm starting to see the bigger picture. But yeah, I'm starting to see the bigger picture, right? Things are, becoming more clear and clear. That's why I said the water YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, because, it wasn't as clear before, but, you've grown this thing, right? So pretty much, like I said, with everything that's been going on, there's so much going on and so much information coming out, it all makes sense, one of the things that I was reading up on today was this whole CARES Act that was signed in March 2020, this year, how this was something that was introduced way in the beginning of 2019 in January, right? It made sense why, people are calling this whole coronavirus pandemic a plandemic, right? I started looking into that, and, that's why, again, watching certain brothers' videos, it makes sense, going to, this article dealing with Trump mobilizing the U.S. military to deliver coronavirus vaccine, right? Pretty much going into how, because I was looking up this whole, it makes sense why, Trump was talking about this whole Operation Warp Speed, why there's this push to get a vaccine out, right? And pretty much, Trump's talking about how, this, he assumes there's going to be a vaccine by the end of this year, right? Which, that ends, well, according to Esau's, calendar, that ends, the year ends in winter, right? Just something to keep in mind real quick. But yeah, But yeah, the military, that flood, right? Going real quick to the book of Psalms, chapter, what is that? Psalms 124 and verse 4. I'll start. It says, "Then the waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul." So pretty much, Esau, he's, mobilizing his military forces, right? Getting ready to issue out that vaccine because, Esau knows that, the majority of the people, they're not, they're not going to be with it, right? You already have, here it is. They already took away the bread and circus. You have certain people, a lot of people are starting to wake up, right? A lot of people are starting to wake up to Esau's lies, right? So, a lot of people aren't going to take that vaccine. So, that's why, it makes sense. Esau, Trump, mobilizing the military and these different forces and whatnot. So, and you even got people waking up to the fact that the mark of the beast is that RFID chipped, right? People are starting to wake up to that fact. People are already starting to wake up, and rise up against the government, as it talks about. I'll go ahead and pull it. What is that? That sedition, right? Second Ezra 15. What is that? Let me just say edition. I just type it in. Second Ezra 15 and 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So, Esau, they know these things, right? They see, the people starting to wake up, right? Esau knows a lot of people aren't going to take that vaccine. A lot of people are going to resist that chip, right? But like I was saying, it's all making sense to why when I see certain brothers talking about how this is all orchestrated. It all makes sense on they're talking about reopening the states back up. But before that, they were talking about how, reopening too soon and, there could be a second wave. And now you see that they're pretty much, they're starting to open the states back up. And now they're talking about a new strand of coronavirus, more deadlier than, the COVID-19. Now they're talking about, this new virus with children. So, like I said, it's all starting to add up. That's why I say, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, this information is coming, all this information is coming out, right? And more so, the prophets, the men, and even more so the men of Greatmillstone. They've been talking about these things, and we're in the times we're seeing these things be fulfilled. So, that's why going to Revelations, they're speeding things up, right? Revelations 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, Because he knows that he hath but a short time. Yeah, because all this information is coming out, and people are starting to wake up, right? People are starting to see Esau for they're starting to call Esau out on his folly, right? Here, all his lies, right? So it would make sense that they start speeding things up. Trump starting to mobilize the military throughout America, right? They got a lot of troops on reserve, because they know this thing is about to go down, right? And I seen this article, and of course I seen certain brothers' videos going into where it says U.S. faces darkest winter if pandemic planning falters, right? And of course, first precept that comes to mind is what is that? Matthew's the 24th chapter and 20. It says, "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day." So again, that's why I started off with 2 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter and the 11th verse. And that's why I stated, often hearing brothers talking about, going into how this is all, this is all by design. This is all being set up. So, like I said, it's starting to make sense. I'm, starting to see the bigger picture, right? Esau, he's definitely got this whole thing planned out. And they're definitely, about to, bring that hammer down, and, that's why we're about to enter into these times. Pull this quick precept in Mark 13 and 19. "For in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation which the Most High created unto this time, neither shall be." Because, those of the faith, well understand that, when Esau comes down with those troops, man, that's it. It's a wrap. That's when all hell starts breaking loose. Going back to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, and Second Ezra 15 and 17, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." So, like I said, brothers are well aware, when those troops come in, they're going to be different quarantines and, shutting cities down. And because, again, we've seen what pretty much happened with, well, I would say the first wave of the coronavirus, right? And the damage that did. So, you can only imagine with this, so-called second wave, which they're preparing for, right? So you can only imagine what's going to take place, and when this second wave hits, right? We can only imagine, because again, Trump's already got troops stationed throughout, and certain troops on reserve, right? It all makes sense, That's what I'm trying to say. Just starting to see the bigger picture here. But it's becoming more and more clear. So, Um, you know, what a times to be in, you know. Like I said, you know, the YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI for allowing me to, you know, be a witness and a part of this ministry, you know. Um, it's truly a beautiful thing, man. It's truly a beautiful thing. I'll probably end it off with this, you know, something that, you know, we should all be doing. What is that? Revelations 1 and Revelation. All right, what's going on here? This is not marked. Revelations 1. There we go. Revelations 1 and 3. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things written, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." So I'm going to end it off with that. You know, beautiful times that we're in. You know, just continue to be watchful, sober, diligent. You know, paying attention. You know. So, you know, with that, once again, I want to give all credit to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and a double honors to the apostles and the elders. Much respect to you brothers out there teaching this truth and sincerity, man. Putting your lives on the line, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice, you know. Much respect to you brothers, sincerely. So, and you know, until next time, I say shalom.